year. I'm the GOAT, little man, and I made it loud and clear. Put the gas on them like I'm with the Cavalier. Show no love, got the confidence, no fear. I use a dub, I'ma win, I won't lose with this. Ay.
In its second season of existence, there's a look inside one of the real jewels of the NFL. SoFi Stadium, just south of downtown Los Angeles. Straight ahead, we've got a good one on tap here between the Dallas Cowboys and the Los Angeles Chargers. It's the final 3 weeks of the season. Still plenty to play for here as we're underway in Week 15. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there.
At their own 26-yard line.
The first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. He takes this for 3 to the 29.
Ball carrier.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
At the 29-yard line.
Three yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Out of the gun, it's Elliott. And he'll slip his way up across the 30 to the 32.
Ezekiel Elliott.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
And they'll look to avoid an early 3-and-out here on 3rd and 4. From the shotgun, it's Prescott. Looking middle, and that's complete. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line.
A gain of 7.
An effective 7-yard third down conversion. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Now Elliott. And he's across the 40, 3 extra yards to the 43.
Ezekiel Elliott.
Justin Jones there on the stop.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later. And let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on 1st down.
Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down. The last catch took him 2 yards in the wrong direction, so now what can they do on 3rd? Prescott from the gun. They do a double team, and it's intercepted. Derwin James with a pick. A huge return as he'll take this one all the way down inside the 30-yard line. Remember, Charles, this is the #1 defense in the NFL, and they proved their mettle here, forcing the turnover on the opening possession.
And sometimes when you play a team that has that reputation, that's earned it by their play, the psychology is, okay, they're #1. They have to prove it to us, and they tried to attack. They found out that that ranking was real.
And if history is any indication, when this defense gets off to a good start, look out.
Yeah, their offense plays off of them awfully well, too.
And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Here's Herbert now on 2nd down. He's able to out-muscle him here as he pulls it in. Too far downfield, something those linemen have to watch out for, and that time it costs them.
Good job over there, baby. I see y'all. Good job over there, baby.
On 2nd down, here's Herbert. That one complete to Joe Reed. Well, they are able to stop
can feel the effort all the way up here. He tried his best to get there. Didn't quite make it, but down around the 2-3 yard line. Gotta love the effort, and especially the big play that gave his offense a great opportunity.
And just a short gain that time as they're able to get him down. Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal.
That run didn't get very far, and I think when you're looking at his dimensions, he's a little bit on the smaller side. He's counting on the big guys up front to escort him in, and they couldn't create any kind.
And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Chargers. A great play there with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Chargers have taken a first-quarter lead. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And this will make it into the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. So, Charles, the season winding down, the playoffs obviously not in their future. As they look ahead to the offseason, what spots do they maybe need to fill?
Well, I think that they like the guy who's calling the plays and throwing the ball. I think that he's a pretty good player. Needs some help, I think, on the perimeter, though. Help him out with receivers, because I think if he gets an upgrade there, his play gets that much better, too.
So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. Here's Prescott. He'll find Lamb. That's complete. And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46. A gain of 6 there on first. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
1st down, Dallas.
So from Charger territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 32-yard line. They'll throw again. Prescott. Over the middle, Amari Cooper. It's complete. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. They go right back to him for 20 and a first. Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. Here's Elliott. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Now 2nd and 9 from the 10. Now flags fly in, and one of the Cowboys looked like he got going a little early. That false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. 2nd down and long. From the shotgun, a give to Elliott. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. 9 good yards here on the run, and now 3rd down.
A 9-yard gain on the play. And it's 3rd down.
Prescott. And that is caught. Touchdown, Cowboys. Josh Malone, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Cowboys are an extra point away from tying the football game.
The kick is
bouncing back nicely from that bad opening drive where he threw the interception. Drive number 2 leads him right down the field and into the end zone.
So obviously his confidence was never lost, and that's a good thing to see. Great quality to have, and you absolutely must maintain that as a quarterback. But I have to think that they're probably still on the script that they prepared for this game. Just the 2nd drive. They've worked on these plays all week in practice. Put them to good use on that one.
At their own 29-yard line.
The The Charger drive about to get going, and they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
They may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a first down. These two teams all tied after one.
With the score tied 7-7.
Running on first down, Eckler. And a minimal gain here as he's up to about the 47-yard line.
Austin Eckler, the ball carrier.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. A shotgun snap for Herbert. That's complete to Austin Eckler, the running back. And I think the ball's out. It's picked up by the Cowboys. And they're going to set up shop at the 32-yard line. Always costly to cough up that football. These defenders, they become so adept, though, at jarring it free.
Yeah, it's amazing that there aren't more fumbles caused, because now, if you're an offensive player, you go through ball security drills every single day. It's really not out of line to think you should take the ball to bed with you and just hold on to it. But the bottom line is, no matter how much you try to protect it, these guys are pretty good at finding ways to knock it out.
At the 34-yard line.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Now Prescott. Able to hit his target Lamb. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. It's a first down on a gain of 10.
But remember, they tried to give him the ball and let him run on the last play, but I think the light bulb went off in their play caller's mind, and this time they get it to him the more conventional way. And it's much more successful as well.
And he's going to get across midfield and into Charger territory. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
It's a gain of 9.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball, but when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
And they'll employ the jumbo set now on 2nd and 1. This is Elliott. And he'll be close to a first down at the Chargers 38. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
They were not fooling around at all, were they? 2nd and short, and they brought out the heavy package. Almost felt like the super heavy package against that defense, didn't it?
Yeah, I don't think they expected that much beef up front, and it turned into an easy first down conversion. Dak swinging this out quickly to Lamb. And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25. 13 yards and a first down, Cowboys.
First down, Cowboys.
A first down carry by Elliott. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
Hey, when you get good yardage like that on first down, it really does a whole lot of good for your entire offense. But I love the way he's finishing those runs. At the end of things, he's making sure he gets just a little bit extra.
The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard. Throwing, Prescott. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. A good-looking drive for the Cowboys so far. It's a first down.
At the 2-yard
That was good protection there. No, that was great protection there because it allowed him to lock in on his receiver. Although I think he was looking for his tight end on the corner route all the way. Nice connect.
And he will take it in for a Cowboy score.
A
Ezekiel Elliott. Touchdown number 18 on the year. And the Cowboys have taken the lead. That almost looked too easy, and I think thanks goes to the offensive line for making it look easy.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one. I'm not sure how much everyone understands the preparations that go into a game for an offensive line, because there's a reason that running backs and quarterbacks give them big gifts at the end of the season after a big year. The consistency and the continuity it takes to know each other and execute their blocks is pretty impressive.
At their own 24-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. That 7-0 lead of theirs short-lived as they've now given up 2 straight touchdowns to fall behind by 7.
Yeah, but no cause for discouragement here. Yeah, they've fallen behind, but haven't they proven that they can go down and score? So what was the formula that got them down there the first time? Get back to something close to that, and maybe they get this game tied up.
A gain of 32 that time.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great. And what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big game. And they see right through that defensively as he'll be hit and taken down to the backfield. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
At the Cowboys' 45-yard line.
Justin Herbert looking to throw on 2nd down. Open man is Reed. He's got it. And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 24-yard line. Last play they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards. They'll run out of the gun with Eckler. And he'll be taken down near the 20 at the 21.
The ball carrier.
Tackle there by Leighton Vander Esch.
On the tackle.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you got to continue to try and run it and try and keep the defense honest.
You mean or else they'll just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
Brings up 3rd and 4.
From the gun, Herbert on 3rd down. This Cowboy defense looked ready for that 3rd down pass. Brings up 4th.
They really had a good drive going there, but a nice recovery by the defense these past few downs. Able to knock that one away on 3rd down and bring up what I think for the offense, an unexpected 4th down here.
Gay's kick is good. And they'll cut the lead back down to 4 now at 14-10. So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays that when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And they will simply, Charles, be looking to duplicate what they did last drive when they were able to push it in for 6.
And they hope it'll be that easy, right? To be able to take exactly what happened before, replicate it. They may have to make a few additional changes along the way because I'm sure the defense will make some adjustments, but they've got to have great confidence having scored the last time out.
Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. On a counter, Elliott. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play, and now they're faced with a 3rd and 1.
No gain on the play.
An extra cornerback now in the game for the Chargers here on 3rd. They'll try and run for it with Elliott. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts, as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in half number 1. So after a good run by Zeke, another 1st and 10. They'll try to throw now. Prescott. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. CeeDee Lamb is intended target, but it's going to be 2nd down. Something we haven't really seen much of from him, an incomplete pass.
Yeah, last week he finished at 70%. This week he's up over 80%. I don't know how you slow him down. Pass rush is usually the best way because a quarterback on his back usually can't complete a pass.
The Cowboys going to use their 2nd timeout now, as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1. Play action to Elliott. Here's Prescott. He's going to let it go deep for the end zone. And incomplete on the deep ball. Amari Cooper, the intended target. And now it's 2nd down.
I like the thought process there. They connected on a big play, and sometimes you find the defense vulnerable. So they went for the bigger shot, went for it all on that one. This time, they were ready for it.
So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28. To the air again, Prescott. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
And it's 3rd down.
And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. And now they'll take a timeout defensively. After the 2nd down play, they burn the timeout, making him sweat out the final few ticks here in the 2nd quarter. And Zerline's kick is good. And that will finish off this 3rd quarter of play. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we send you to our EA studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. The Chargers going to get the football first here in this 2nd half, and they trail as we get back underway. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20.
20-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically,
and the Cowboys' pressure gets there this time for the sack. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Out of the gun, Herbert. He'll get that complete to Reed. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. And on 3rd and 8, defensively, they're going to beef up the secondary. 6 defensive backs. From the shotgun, here's Herbert. Going down the middle, and it's complete. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. He was held without a catch in the first half, but he's got one here, and he also picks up a 1st down. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Now with the play clock about to expire, we get a whistle and a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. From the gun, Herbert. That'll be caught right side by Reed. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a first down.
That's another Chargers first down. First and
out of the gun, Eckler running it. And he's going to be stopped up at about the 47-yard line. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
To throw on 2nd down. Herbert into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Leighton Vander Esch. And he'll return this one just shy of midfield to the 49. So it was a drive that had real promise here to begin the third quarter, but ultimately derailed by the INT.
And that was the position you wanted to be in. Coming out to start this third quarter, get a nice drive going, looking for the end zone. Possibly got a little bit too greedy right there.
They'll start the drive with Elliott. And he's going to get across midfield and into Charger territory. The tackle made there by Linval Joseph.
End result of that one, a nice 4-yard gain. So you can use that to set up your play-action game, or you can come right back and continue to run the football, because as an offensive play caller, you're on schedule and feeling pretty good about your next couple of calls.
2 yards on the carry there, and it's going to lead him to third down.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is a force of nature at the defensive tackle position. Yes, he's as big as they come, but still plenty agile. He's able to make a nice play there to swallow up the ball carrier.
And that is incomplete.
And that's one of those plays where it's hard to keep 2 eyes on the football when you know the contact's coming, let alone getting 2 hands around it, hugging it to your body, and absorbing the hit, even for those big tight ends who you would think could absorb that contact.
Take it in at the 11. That'll go as a punt of 32 yards. And it'll be Charger football here as they take over. The Charger drive about to get going. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
On 2nd down, Barber. Get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That one good for a first down pickup of 18 yards.
How many times do we say in this game that speed kills, and it does it in so many different ways? In this case, you got a back who's quick and shifty, can make moves, make people miss, but also gets to and through a hole before it can close down. That's some of the benefits of that speed, not just outrunning people in the secondary, and that led to a really nice gain.
Dump off here complete. Give him 6 on the play, and that'll make it 2nd down.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Herbert will give this one to Eckler. And he is across midfield from 149 to the other 49, a gain of just 2.
The ball carrier. He's across midfield to the 49-yard line. A gain of 2 brings up 3rd and 2.
3rd and 2, Herbert. Comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 15-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. This crew had to punt last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you content to play the field position game?
You are to an extent, especially if you like your defense, because you have the lead, you've been controlling the game. But why put them in a tougher spot? You want to get out there and get something done on offense and maybe take command of this game yourself.
And 8.
So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on 1st down. Now a shotgun handoff to Pollard. And he goes across the 20 to the 22.
The Cowboy ball carrier.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
The coverage unit out there thinking pass on 3rd and 3. Here's Prescott. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. 17 yards on the play there, and the Cowboys have a 1st down.
17 yards.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They go back to Elliott. He's been busy. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 38-yard line.
And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. 38-yard line, 2nd and 11. Again, it's Elliott. He's got a 1st down and then some at midfield. He gets it across the 50 and down to the 48. Give him 14 on that one and a 1st down.
I think we're seeing the effect that runs like that are starting to have on this game. They're a little bit slower, that front 7 reacting to the football, almost like body blows in boxing, slowing them down, and they're really starting to take over in this game.
So from Charger territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. Take it on out to the 20-yard line. A seismic shift in momentum here in the 4th quarter. That's the break that the defense needed.
And you know as well as I do, people are going to question the play call in that situation. Sometimes you have to question the execution, not necessarily the call. And in this case, those defenders found a way to give their team a chance.
Herbert going to lead up the Chargers here, 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. After the turnover, here's Herbert. And he finds the tight end, and he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. Right off the bat, it's a 1st down to start the drive, 12 yards.
I like the design that we're seeing right there. This is what they need. Down by a touchdown here in the 4th. They just need to keep working their way downfield. And when they see openings, take their shots.
On 1st and 10, Herbert getting this into the hands of Eric Dickerson. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 19 yards there on the catch and run.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
Going for the deep ball. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Herbert. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
It's been clear in this matchup which side has been the more physical one. It's been this defense. And here's another example on that last play.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Looking long for his tight end read. And it's incomplete, almost intercepted. He had a great shot at picking that off in the end zone. It brings up 4th down. On is the Chargers punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line.
22-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. Their defense got the stop, forced the punt, and now you really start to monitor the clock as they nurse this slim lead. Dak dropping this one off for Zeke. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
I got the sense that the defense created a little momentum for them there, didn't they?
Did their job, forced the punt. Now, nice start to the drive. Offense has to do their part.
Yeah, they certainly do, but what a great start for them. They got to go thank the guys on deep.
After a gain of 5, they'll wind up being about a length of the football short here on 3rd down.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. They're looking at 3rd and a few inches. Now flags fly in, and one of the Cowboys looked like he got going a little early. The Cowboys on 3rd down. They've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. This will be 3rd and 5. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Prescott from the gun on 3rd. And he hits him in stride. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first. It goes as a gain of 8, and it moves the chains.
Dallas.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this 2nd half. Here's 1st and 10. Prescott now. And he's got Cooper on the out route. That's complete. Oh, and now some spaced out lane. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. 25 yards there on the catch and run.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down. Stomp down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being conservative and running that football. He's got a first down and more inside the 30. And he gets this one down to the 24. Add the gain here to the previous play, and it's better than 40 yards total.
It's a gain of 17 yards. And the Cowboy first down.
They keep on the ground with Elliott. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
On 2nd and 11 now. Prescott. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked up by Patrick Queen. And his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line.
The Chargers take over 1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. The interception sets them up with an opportunity to erase this fourth quarter deficit. Now, this series could very well determine our outcome. A throw left side to start out. That's complete. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me. I'm going to keep firing.
And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. Good yardage as he rumbles for 24 and a first. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So it's Charger football as we welcome you back from the 2-minute warning. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And he's taken down inside the 30. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
Partner, they're clearly saving those timeouts, but they still have to work with some urgency to put themselves in the right position.
The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. He'll look to throw. And that's into the hands of Eckler. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2. Very sharp here to start this drive. 3 for 3.
Yeah, I like the way he's running this 2-minute drill. Very sharp, very precise in throwing the football.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. There's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
Herbert operating from the red zone. Caught on the right side, Reed. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. Now the Chargers will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. From the 9, 2nd and 5. Now Eckler. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. It'll be a pickup of a couple, and it leaves him with a 3rd and 3.
It's a gain of 2. Brings up 3rd and
back to throw. Across and in for the score. And now they can tie the game in the final stages with the extra point.
Or they can go for 2 and go for the win. And while it appears the heavy lifting was accomplished by scoring the touchdown, they're still down 1. That extra point is not a gimme.
Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post, because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
17-17 the score. All even to this point as it kicks away.
1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Able to hit his target, Lamb. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. The catch and run there, good for 16 and a first.
A gain of 6.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Now Prescott. More complete. It's Elliott. So now with 6 seconds remaining, we get a timeout on the field. That one good for 10 yards. And it'll be 2nd and very short.
At the 50-yard line.
Prescott now from the 50. And this will be incomplete. 1 Second left to go. Amari Cooper, his intended receiver, and now it's third down.
Patrick Queen.
An incomplete pass on second down leads us to third and inches. Here's Prescott. Letting one fly deep for Cooper. And this is going to be intercepted. Kevin King with a pick. And what an effort on the final play of regulation. All zeros on the clock, and we are headed to OT. It's a little teaching moment here. Overtime rules. Remind us how this goes, partner.
Okay, so in the past, we had sudden death. First team to score wins, but no longer. Now, if the team receives the ball, scores a touchdown, they win the game. If they kick a field goal, though, or don't score, the other team gets a possession. And after both teams get a possession, then we're into sudden death. First team to score wins the game.
So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
The Cowboys take over first and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They're set for their first drive here in overtime, and this is where the crowd can really become a factor.
They've had to battle it all day, but I know what you're saying. In overtime, that gets doubled, doesn't it? At least, because now the crowd really wants to be involved and help their team, and that first drive can dictate the whole thing because they know if this team takes it downfield and scores a touchdown, it's game over.
And it's been loud in here so far. Here comes the first throw in OT for Prescott. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he's got this almost to the 40 before going out. 12 yards there and a first down.
And I feel a little bit like a traitor as a former defender because that big man did not want to go down and refused to go down. If you're a defender and you don't get the right angle on a big tight end like him, he can run right through you like you're not even there. And he did a lot of that on that play.
That good for 21 yards on the catch and run.
A gain of 20.
So Amari Cooper out of Northwestern High School in Miami making a nice play there.
And it's so funny that when I was going through the draft process when he came out of Alabama and was inquiring about him and his skills, they say it all began back in Miami. He really became a pro receiver at a young age because of his attention to detail and precision. And don't forget his athletic ability. That's what made that catch there.
He did spend 1 year with Teddy Bridgewater as his quarterback there, so that helped back in high school. So second down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. Elliott. And little room to maneuver there. He gets it down to about the 39. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming. Pretty good little two-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or two because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
Coming up on a 3rd and 9. Opening drive of overtime as they look to convert. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he's going to be stopped here a few yards short of the first as the tackle is made at the 33. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th.
Brings up 4th down.
So a big move here, playing to win in overtime. They're going to go for it on 4th down. From the shotgun, it's Prescott. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. A gigantic call there in overtime, but it pays off with a first down.
First down, Dallas.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Now back to the ground with Elliott. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd 2nd and 11. Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. Now Prescott. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Normally you think the tight end's going to be able to catch the football and handle that contact, but in this case, maybe a little too much target to hit. That one was timed well, incomplete.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. He'll go underneath in the area, and he'll get inside the 10, but he's short of the line he needed. It'll be a gain of 8 yards, and that's going to make it 4th down. Instead of throwing it downfield, Charles, they just tried to dump it underneath there. You like the call?
I do. I think it's a high percentage play because you get the completion. What you're counting on is your back to use his legs and his elusiveness to make people miss and pick up the 1st down. In this case, it didn't happen.
All right, here we go. The field goal unit staying on the sideline here in OT. They're going for it on 4th. Out of the gun. Here's Prescott. Flush to his right. And he is caught at the 7-yard line. And now this is going to be close. The defense says they stopped him, and they did. The Charger drive about to get going. Their defense did its job, got the stop. All they need is 3, and this is over.
Couldn't have done much else other than score themselves and end it, but they turned it back over to them, and now all they need is a field goal to win the game. An excellent job by the defense. Can the offense finish things off?
Yeah, part 1 is done, now part 2. In on the stop, it was Dorrance Armstrong.
Brings up 2nd and 8.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Now Herbert with his first throw in OT. He's going to air one out. It's intercepted. And Xavier Woods with a pick. And he will return this one to the 30-yard line. So we will see yet another drive in this overtime.
For whatever reason, neither team able to finish this game off. I know that the first thought is, does anyone really want to win it? But I think that they both desperately want to win it, and sometimes you force things, and that leads to errors.
Well, it's out there for the taking. We'll see who can do it. Here's a throw dropped off to his fullback. It's a gain of 6 on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. Well, right now, every little bit of yardage helps. So they're obviously well within his range. It's just about keeping the football and getting in the right spot.
Know your kicker. As you mentioned, get it to the right spot, the place that he wants to kick it from. And if you do decide to throw the football, it either goes to your team or no one. It's the only kind of throw you make.
Heavy set out there on 3rd and 1. They go to Elliott again. And he's going to have a first down here as he gets this one to the 17-yard line. And they have the first down with that gain of 4 yards.
A 4-yard pickup on the play.
Now the timeout comes here. And the waning seconds of this overtime as we could be set up at long last for a potential game winner. So it'll all come down to the booming right leg of Greg Zuerlein. Now the timeout comes here. And the waning seconds of this overtime as we could be set up at long last for a potential game winner. So it'll all come down to the booming right leg of Greg Zuerlein. This to win it in overtime. And he got it. The kick is good in overtime. He's able to split the uprights. And the Cowboys are going to jump out to a 3-0 lead. Well, we thought this game would be a good one. It did not disappoint into overtime, and it took the field goal to win it.
And we always pay lip service to how important it is to play defense. And usually we focus on the big offensive pyrotechnics, right? But in this case, They got the ball back on defense, gave themselves a chance, and they capitalized on it with a victory.
And I don't care what distance that field goes from in overtime. The knees are always knocking, but he pushed it through.
Not only that, think about your snapper, your holder. A lot of nerves for them, too, because they have to do their job in order to give him one last chance to put a foot to it.
So for the Cowboys, their battle to finish 500 gets a slight lift as they move to 6-8 on the year. And they will head home for next week's contest. That is against Washington. Meanwhile, for the Chargers, they'll drop to 9-5 on the year. And they will try to get back in the swing of things next week on the road. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to...
They don't know my name, I get through the pain. Taste sweet on my face like it's lemonade. Tie me up in chains, I get through the pain. Taste sweet on my face like it's lemonade.